Hi, this is Joe again with another review. And for the subject of this video, we'll be discussing, instead of doing a movie review, doing a television show review. And we'll be discussing the 400th episode of Law and Order Special Victims Unit. Now, of course, any television show that reaches 400 episodes it's clearly a very big deal. Because most television shows have been lucky to even get one season. Well, Law and Order Special Victims Unit is still the only member of the Law and Order franchise that's still on the air. And hopefully, God willing, it will break Gunsmoke's record for the longest running drama show in television history. And I think it's ridiculous that Gunsmoke still has the record for the longest. I think the original Law and Order show tied it. But NBC, those mother efforts in NBC should have agreed to a 21st season for Law and Order, and on the original Law and Order show, so it could break the record for the longest running show, the most seasons anyway. Well, going to the Special Victims Unit show, there's only like 56 more episodes to tie the original Law and Order show for how many episodes they actually had, which is 456. He's done all simple math. So, on to the actual episodes. Like I said, it's the 400th episode of SVU, for sure. And the episode, it was definitely one of the more disturbing episodes in the whole history of the show. Of course, like most of the episodes for all the Law and Order franchises, I'm sure to say more Law and Order series in this franchise, they take stories ripped from the headlines and put into an actual episode. They've done stuff like from the Michael Jackson incident to the Penn State, most recently, to all kinds of real life. The French ambassador, something that had attacked a maid in his hotel, all kinds of stories. For this one, I'm not familiar with the actual case that this was based on, but they said it was ripped from the headlines. And this one starts off with a son whose parents were divorced, and he's coming home from his father's house. He got into a fight with his father, so he goes home to his mother's house, where his primary residence is living with his mother. And he gets to the house, and it's like a brownstone, and he hears something downstairs. So for some reason, he gets a shotgun that was in the house. He's only his father got for him for hunting. And when they go on hunting trips, comes down to the kitchen and he notices that his mother was having sex with somebody. And she turns around and the guy was still barking her. And she blurts out, "Help, he's raping me." And for some reason, the guy who was having sex with her doesn't say, "Hey, you're not raping her." Doesn't do that. So the kid, or the son, defends his mother and kills the guy who the mother claims was raping her. Now, and that was a pretty graphic opening sequence, because usually you see a dead body or a rape victim after the incident happened, and usually that's it. There's one of the few times in the Law and Order franchise where you actually see the actual act going on, and the son reacts and they shot the guy and actually killed him, and they realized that the guy was a friend or classmate of the son. So I realized it was one of his classmates having sex with his mother, which is that's pretty disturbing in itself. But the mother claimed that she was being raped by this guy. She still maintained the fact that she was being raped, and the son defended her. And the son said, and of course that's true from the son's point of view, because he actually saw the whole thing in the opening scene, on the opening teaser, we're calling the teaser sequence, which sets up the whole episode. So So from the son's perspective, he saw somebody having a guy in the house, a strange guy. You couldn't really tell who the face was because it was in the dark, for the most part in the shadows. So you really couldn't tell for sure who this guy was. Then know there's a strange guy having sex with my mother, and my mother says, "Help! I'm being raped." And the way the mother says, she was like a real calm thing. Instead of screaming it out, "Help me! I'm being raped!" She just says very calmly, like he just did now. He said, "Help! I'm being raped," and the son shoots the guy. Well, of course, looks like the kid was going to get off because for self-defense reasons, because he's defending his mother. And then they found out that the cops were looking around the house, looking around, and they said, "Hey, the mother was having an affair with the guy that was killed," and that's when the investigator said, "We don't exactly believe the mother's story, and we don't believe the mother was being raped. We believe that she was having an affair." And of course, the son says, "Hey, my mother says she was raped." And they said, "Oh well, we don't think she was raped. We think she was having an affair with your classmate," and then claimed that you're being raped and you killed him. So it's like they were saying that the mother manipulated the whole situation, because technically the son was not supposed to be in the house, because he was supposed to spend the weekend or at least the night with his father. And if the kid didn't come home early, the kid would not know that her mother was having an affair, or that his mother was having an affair with the classmate. And that's what was going on. Not only did she have sex with him, but she had at least one or two other guys in the school, his classmates, that she was having affairs with. So she was like a floozy, and was manipulating the whole thing. And of course, the son testified, and of course, eventually it got to trial, and the son, of course, testified what he did, and then of course the mother got on the stand and she changed her testimony to say, "Hey, my son knew that I was having an affair," which is bullshit. And of course, on the night of the incident, not only was he watching me having sex, but he was masturbating while I was having sex, and then when he was finished masturbating, that's when he got the gun and shot him. Which, of course, we know that's also wrong, because we saw what happened at the beginning of the episode. So we know there was totally bullshit what the mother was saying. But, like I said, she manipulated the whole thing. Now, of course, the son, he testified, said, "Hey, I wasn't doing what she said. She's making the whole story up. That's so she would get off. So she would get off of these charges, and she just totally making this up." So of course, the jury didn't believe it, and of course, at the end of the episode, she of course gets convicted, and of course the son is very upset with the mother. That I can't believe my mother did what she did. I can't believe what she said on the stand. I can't believe that she was having an affair with all my classmates. I can't believe that she's this sick person. This is not the mother that I know. Type of thing. And at the end of the episode. And like I said, it's one of the most disturbing episodes in the whole canon of Special Victims Unit. And, like I said, I can't believe the show has been on for 18 years. I mean, like I said, I do hope if they have any brains in NBC, which they don't, they'll air this. They continue airing Law and Order to break Gunsmoke's record for being on the air for 21 years. Just 3 more years. I hope the show lasts 3 more years so we can break that record. Hopefully. That's what I want. I want the show to last for 3 years. Have 3 more. Have a 19. I know I think it's been renewed for 19 season already. I believe it has. I want it to last for the 20th and the 21st. And to see Mariska Hargitay age, through the years, she still looks hot. And unfortunately, only like once you ever see her in a bra and panties. I mean, just once, and it happened. That was when Stabler was still on the show. Christopher Maloney, who played Stabler, and he was in his underwear, and she came out and pretending to be a hooker, and you just saw a black lace bra, and that's it. And you saw, hey, she's got a body on her, but that's it. That's the only time you ever saw her dressed in a sexy or seductive way, or lack of clothes, I should say. The only other time maybe is when she was undercover in the prison, when Mariska Hargitay or Benson was undercover in the prison, and she had to be naked, so she was like this, so the camera won't see her boobs, but that's it. I know I'm off on a tangent, but I just wish the show would last for another 3 years, so I could, like I said, to break that record, because Law and Order the original Law and Order show lasted 20 years, and it was lucky to last 2 years on NBC, which tied Gunsmoke's record. But I was ticked off. They didn't even do it for a 21st year. That's because the ratings were down. The ratings were down for all network television shows. I mean, you'd be lucky to get like a 12 rating or 12 million. You'd be lucky to get 12 million people to watch an episode today. It's not like the stupid Super Bowl, which they had 111 million morons watching that thing. But for a regular television show, you'd be lucky to get 20 rating today. So I just wish that if anybody in NBC's haven't watched this video, we keep the show on for 21 years. Just do it. I don't care how much money it costs NBC to produce this show. Keep it on for 21 years. Do it. Do it now. I know it's getting brighter. I mean, today doing this video, we have like a pretty big snowstorm, blizzard here. You have about almost 10 inches of snow in Central Park in New York City. So, and now it looks like the behind the computer is my windows, and you can see it's getting a little bit lighter out there, but it's going to be freezing tonight. So, anybody who's out in New York City, be careful drive. Don't even bother going out. Okay, don't even bother. Stay off the roads. But for the 400th episode, it'll be real fun to see if SVU passes the original Law and Order for in terms of episodes. Surprisingly, the other Law and Order shows didn't last as long. That's maybe 9 years, maybe half as long as the original show. Like there was one show, Trial by Jury, with Bibby Newirth and Amy Coulson, which I thought was kind of good. But it lasted maybe half a season because of what happened with Jerry Orbach. Because Jerry Orbach was supposed to be on that show. His character for Nellie Briscoe was supposed to be transferred from the original show to trial. I think it was called Trial by Jury. And unfortunately, after about filming the first, I think 3 or 4 episodes, he passed away from cancer. So that pretty much put a damper on that particular show and killed the show. Excuse the pun. But the other show was they did like a live action that filmed the actual court cases from San Diego and put that on TV, which wasn't bad. But surprisingly, special SVU is still on the air, and all these sex crime cases. And the problem with this show is that it's on at 9 o'clock, and it should be on at 10 o'clock. Because of the sex crime element. And originally, there was the original title of the show, Law and Order Sex Crimes. But NBC reneged on that and told them to take the sex part out. But you know, the show is still good considering the fact that, like I said, it's been on this long. And I know I'm repeating myself, but I want NBC to have this show break Gunsmoke's record. So that's my review of the 400th episode of Law and Order Special Victims Unit. Please click on the video, please rate it. Feel free to comment on it. Please subscribe to my channel, and please forward this video to your Facebook pages. You can catch all my videos on my YouTube channel at rowdyc.com. That's all WDY, then C.com. On the homepage of the Rowdy Reviewer, Chris Lee Moore. Please check out all of his videos on his content, TV trash videos, and so forth. And plus all of his other content. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.